Hi, welcome to me and Grok in the kitchen. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to be making scrambled eggs. This is a really simple recipe. There's not a lot to it, so it should be pretty easy for you guys to pick up. What I have for ingredients is 2 large eggs, about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of light cream, salt and pepper, some butter flavored olive oil. I also have a container for scrambling my eggs in, for whisking them, and a container for my egg shells, and of course my whisk. I have a 6-inch nonstick frying pan and a silicone spatula. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to start my pan heating up. You want it to be warm. Put it all the way down on low. I'm really lucky I have a gas stove, so I can adjust my heat really quickly. Make sure that you're watching your pan. You don't want it too hot, so start it warming on low. Eggs need a couple of things to be really good when they're scrambled. One is fat, the other is salt, and the other one is some love and attention. Now, some people really like their eggs cooked hard, some like it soft. Hard is when there's no moisture or very little moisture left in your scrambled egg. Soft is when it seems much softer and luxurious. It's got a little bit of moisture left in it. I prefer mine to be soft. There's also large curd and small curd. Large curd means that your pieces are pretty big when you're done scrambling. Small curd is little tiny pieces. Um, that's the way the French do it. Yay to them. I like large curd. So again, what I have here is I have 2 large eggs. These eggs come from my chickens. Thank you, ladies. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just crack them into my bowl. And look at that. I got a double yolker. Oh my gosh. And then my other egg. And then I'm going to just add my cream to it. Okay, now to salt or not to salt, that is the question. And when to salt is the question. And what kind of fat do you want to use? Now, you can use anything you want for fat. You can use just olive oil. You can use light cream like I did. You can use heavy cream. You can use half and half. I would not use almond milk. I think that's probably going to change up the flavor of your eggs. But when to salt is actually rather controversial. I think it depends on what you're going to do with your eggs. If I'm just eating them, then I'm going to probably salt them right when I put them, when I'm getting ready to whisk them. If I'm making them on the weekend and I'm making them for myself, my husband, and my dogs, I won't salt my eggs until after I've plated them. And that's because I don't want the dogs to have the salt. You can also add pepper. I'm not really a fan of pepper on my eggs, so you won't be seeing me do that today. But you can add pepper at any point in time. Again, using if it's for dogs, don't put it in when you first start. So next step, I'm just going to whisk up my eggs. You don't want to over whisk them. You're just looking to break them up and to get that heavy cream or light cream or whatever you're using all mixed in. And that's all there is to that. Okay, and now we're going to just put them right into the pan. I'm going to start by adding just a little bit of my butter flavored olive oil. Why butter flavored? Because it's got butter flavor. And why olive oil? Because olive oil is actually unsaturated fat, and unsaturated fat is good for you. There's also unsaturated fat along with some saturated in the eggs, but the overall ending that you're going to get is less saturated, more unsaturated. So it's really, really good high protein meal or breakfast. Right into the pan. So the first thing you're going to notice is that you didn't hear a sizzle. And that's exactly what you want. Because if you get a sizzle, that means that your eggs are being cooked at too high a heat. And you don't want to do that because when you get done, you're going to end up with runny eggs. Now, what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to make sure that this liquidy part gets in contact with the pan, with the heat. Now, see, my pieces of egg are pretty big right now. So That's what large curds are. If I was going to do small curds, I'd do a lot of this and a lot of making sure it gets broken up because you want little curds. I like them big, so I'm going to stick with the slow and gentle. All I'm doing is turning and gently moving them around to make sure that they get nice in contact with the pan. The other thing to remember about eggs is they will continue cooking for a while after you think they're done. So stop them a little bit before you think that they're completely finished. And mine are just about finished. So I'm going to turn them off and I'm going to grab my plate. Now, just right onto my plate. Add my little bit of salt. If I was adding it, a little bit of pepper, but I'm not. You'll also notice I am not throwing any kind of garnish on my eggs. I personally do not like parsley or any other kind of garnish on my eggs, so you're not going to see that happen. But please notice that, they're nice and soft, nice big pieces, and that's going to make a great breakfast. Now, what does Grok have to say about this? Grok says that this recipe, which is for one person, is 177 calories. It's about 4.4 grams of fat, and it's about 1 gram of carbohydrates. So this is a super clean, high protein, low carb meal. If it's great with keto or any kind of low carb breakfast or meal plan that you're currently working on. And that's all there is to it. If you liked this episode, feel free to join me on any of my social media accounts. And I just want to say thank you very much for joining me. I hope you learned something. And thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.